Hey everybody, this is Dustin, your RV specialist. So we got a customer in here with this Kodiak Cub, and I'm not sure what year it is. I know it's a few years old. It's a 18.5 MB, and so not really, too concerned about like the brand, but here's a Dometic refrigerator that's in here. And what I wanted to show you was a few things. So whenever we open up a refrigerator and we see all this paper that says, attention, before you start, attention, before, warning on there, before, warning, right? And there's all these strips. Each one is connected to a different part of this refrigerator. So what this tells me is that when the dealership did the service work or PDI'd the coach, these are all flammable things that can get wet, get damp, fall off, catch on fire. They're only held in place. So that one I just pulled off. You can see where it was worn from just moving around in the wind. But, the drain hose, it tells you what these products are. And basically, you want to remove all of this trash from your refrigerator area. So if you open up and you see all that stuff and it's all in there, remove that. If that falls down here and for some reason gets down here in the burner chamber and catches it on fire, it's going to melt and damage your electrical. And then so some of the other stuff that I'm looking at while I'm here, and this is the first time I've looked at it, I just stopped by while the guys were working to do inspection. The fuse block is not straight, right, where somebody's been in here messing with it. The PC board cover is off because my guys are testing it. But, I want to talk about while we're here that there's, sometimes there's fuses located in here, and this one actually doesn't have that. They're all coated and covered, so this is like a newer board that's protected. But look at that screw right there. So, that's definitely a factory installation issue. That's not something that we backed out. That was never even put all the way in if you look at it, right? There's never any mark where it was seated down at the base, right? So I don't know if there's another one over here missing or not, because I can't get back in there and see that well because I don't have a flashlight on me. But if this screw that's just barely screwed in, because I'm assuming that's probably 1 1/4 screw, and there's probably 3/4 that's sticking up, this is just OSB, right? So if that screw moves around or the consumer goes over something shaky or rough, too hard, because this is a single axle and it's jumping around a lot, that could snap off, and this refrigerator, other than the 4 screws that's in the front, could actually slip itself out, cause it to move and shift inside there. So anyways, make sure that you're checking these. Go and have, refrigerator services done. If you don't know about them, you can contact the manufacturer. They can walk you through it. Excuse me. They can walk you through it, and you can go from there. Basically, here's your positive and negative wires coming in. Yes, they're both white, but there is an indicator on one of them that has some kind of a line or a dash, or actually there it is, it's a green color. So, so if you ever wondered like, hey, where's my positive and negative? The green with the white is gonna be your positive. The solid white is gonna be your negative. And again, that's where the green and white one, as you can see, is going to the red power source. The white one is going to the black power source. And sometime in our RV industry, sometimes the black is power and sometimes the red is ground. So as you can see, this red wire, if you follow it down, it goes down here to the positive side of the board. So anyways, make sure that you're checking, your PC boards, your connections going in and out. So power to the block, power out of the block. This is actually your LP line. This is your solenoid. This is your cutoff for your gas off and on. This tube right here is referred to as your drain tube, condensation tube. There's also a little piece in here that has little drains. I don't know if you can see that very well or not. Those little stars. Sometimes those will get clogged up with goop and they won't come down. When we're in here looking around, we're looking around for things that are going to be rubbing and moving, looking for things that are loose. Here's where your 110 power source is. This is your cooling unit if you didn't know. And basically this is a soda bottle holding liquid ammonia. And so as this fluid runs down and runs over here and up to the stack, it only gets hot by either the flame or this wire right here. That is your heating element. And so that basically rests up against this same size pipe that's down here to get that hot. And it basically takes it from a liquid state to bubbling like a pot, and then it creates condensation and sweat and steam, vapors, and that's what goes up and cycles all back through here. Whenever you open these up too, if you see a board that's in here, this is used as a baffle to help block the heat from you know, to let it rise all the way and escape. Sometimes we'll find these will be too tall, and so we have other pictures and videos where you'll see that these are too tall. We've had to come back in and cut them down and shrink them. I don't happen to see or feel a fan up here, but this is a pretty short refrigerator. So sometimes placing a fan back in here, which a lot of people do on the taller units or bigger units, or say if you have a double door like this on a slide out, that will help extract the heat and blow it out. Some people will put the fans down low and force it. Some people will put one down low and up high to extract the heat out of there to kind of make it like a, you know, like a whole house fan type situation. But that's just some little tips and tricks. Make sure that you're checking these out. Make sure that you don't see any green or yellow dye in here. I mean, that's a sticker, so that yellow greenish that we're seeing, that's a sticker from like whoever inspected it. That was another inspection sticker where they've double checked to make sure it didn't leak. But you can see where water has been getting in here and starting to kind of swell the OSB a little bit. So make sure when you're washing them that you're not getting too much water blown into this area. You can also see the bed of silicone, you know, and that's used to kind of help keep the water from damaging the floor. This one could use a little bit more. It's just because it's aged. So, all right, stay tuned for more. And if you have any questions, feel free to give them in the comments. Look at a lot of our other videos that we have on refrigerators too. We talk about how to remove the set screw, pull this piece out, get in there, clean the electrode, clean the burner, clean the flakes that come down in there because it's still a chimney. We talk about how to remove the heating elements and clean those as well. Make sure that there's no damage in there. You know, we talk about the insulation and stuff in the back, or spray foam if anything's loose and floating around in here. So, okay, thanks so much for watching, and I hope these videos help you. Have a great day.